For as long as I've lived on my farm, I've had to deal with the HOA across the creek. They couldn't stand that my land sat outside their jurisdiction. Karen, the ringleader, never missed a chance to remind me that my unkempt fields or my tractor noise was disruptive to the community. I ignored her. I didn't pay her fees, didn't follow her fake rules, and didn't care about her little board meetings. But one day they pushed too far. I came home from town to find a neon orange flyer nailed to my front gate. Notice of removal: this property has been designated for repossession by the Homeowners Association. You have 30 days to vacate. Failure to comply will result in forced removal. I almost laughed. Almost. But the more I thought about it, the more it made my blood boil. They weren't just threatening me. They were threatening my family's legacy. This farm had been in my bloodline for over 100 years. My grandfather built this house with his own hands. And Karen thought she could sweep it away with a flyer? Not on my watch. Instead of reacting with anger, I got smart. I pulled every file, every deed, every scrap of paper I had. And then I called a friend of mine, one of the sharpest real estate lawyers in the state. We dug through county records, HOA bylaws, and land deeds until we found the golden ticket. See, the HOA didn't own anything. They leased their land rights from a trust. And guess who had first rights of refusal in that trust? Me. I'd inherited it from my grandfather years ago but never thought much of it. Until now. So while Karen and her little minions were busy printing up new removal notices and bragging about how they'd finally get rid of me, I was signing papers at the county courthouse. 2 weeks later, the entire HOA board was summoned for an emergency meeting. I walked in with a manila folder under my arm and a grin on my face. Karen smirked when she saw me. "You're not welcome here," she hissed. "Oh, I think I am," I said, dropping the folder onto the table. Inside were the signed documents transferring full land ownership rights of their whole subdivision to me. Karen's jaw dropped. One board member stammered, "Tach, this isn't legal." My lawyer calmly slid the stamped county deed across the table. "It's very legal. Effective immediately, Mr. My last name is the landlord of this property, which means the HOA no longer owns or controls anything. You all answer to him now." The room went dead silent. Then chaos broke out. Residents shouted. Board members argued. Karen turned beet red and screamed, "This is fraud. This is tyranny." I leaned back in my chair and said, "This is called paperwork. The thing you should have checked before you tried to remove me from my farm." Within a month, the HOA was dissolved. Their bylaws, shredded. Their treasury, empty. Their authority, gone. And me? I now owned the very community that had been trying to bully me out of existence. I didn't abuse it, though. I lowered lease costs for the decent folks, cut out all the bogus fees, and turned their community center into a farmer's co-op. As for Karen, she lost her seat, her power, and her reputation. Every time she drives past my gate now, she sees the sign I hung on the fence: private property, owned by my last name farm. No HOA trespassing. The HOA tried to remove me. Instead, I bought them out and removed them. And the best part? I didn't even break a sweat.